such idiocy any longer.
Oh, hello! Welcome back to another episode of The Josh Potter Show. It is I, Josh Potter, with you once again. Thank you so much if you came out to Chicopee, Massachusetts this past weekend. Hell of a time there at the old Loft Comedy Club. Lots of roaches scurrying out and about from under the floorboards to come out to that show. And I hope you come out to the ones down the road. This week, of course, we have a 420 show here in Burbank, California at the Nightcap with Sarah Weinshank and Chase O'Donnell. It's going to be a hell of a party. The 22nd, coming up later in the week, the Well Comedy Club in Bakersfield, California. Beyond that, Chandler, Arizona, going to be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club May 5th and 6th. Poughkeepsie, June 1st, June 2nd and 3rd, Saratoga Springs, New York. All those tickets on sale right now at J_Potter on Twitter, at Josh_Potter on Instagram. Go scoop them up. And of course, joshpottershow@gmail.com. That's where you can send in all your roach reportings. Maybe if you have a musical number, the way Griff Parker sent this bad boy in. I would love to have all of it. So send it on over, joshpottershow@gmail.com. And of course, like, subscribe, all that jazz, comment, whatever the hell gets us up into the algorithm. Go do it, my friend. Continue to do it. I love you. And
Rate
today,
and review.
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
Rate and review.
Rate and review and subscribe. And today we have one of my favorites here in the studio once again, back into the Roach Motel, checking in for the second time. It's Johnny Pemberton, folks.
Hey,
buddy.
you guys have any upgrades? I just want to see if you have any upgrades.
Well, we are in a new studio from
Great.
last time you were
great.
here.
Yeah, this is an upgrade. Great.
Does that count?
I think it actually does. Yeah, the upgrade happened before I could ask for it.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You
Yeah.
didn't ask for it. It's just we provided.
Yeah, I love getting a free upgrade. I really do.
It's like on an airplane.
Oh my God, there's nothing better than a free upgrade.
You're in the lounge right now, baby.
When you get the free upgrade, yeah, this is the lounge. The lounges now are bad.
They are bad.
They're really bad.
They're really not. It's like I could have just spent time out there with the animals.
Yeah,
it's the same.
It's just the same animals, but in one big room.
Yeah.
And so now you're fighting for the same food as opposed to various. You can oh, this place is busy. I'll go to the other place.
Mm-hmm.
But this, you go on the Delta Lounge. It's just
And they don't even have good food in there anymore.
no. I mean,
It's like, what do you want, a hard-boiled egg?
It's like, yeah. I actually brought someone a hard-boiled egg once out of there just as a joke. Like, I got you something from the lounge because she couldn't go in. So here you go. Here's a hard-boiled egg for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Hard-boiled egg.
Out of all the things, it's like that, and I guess oatmeal.
I like the coffee a lot. I get jacked on the espresso. I get a nice little Americano, and I will feel it's the one time I actually get jacked on coffee is when I have the Americano in the lounge.
I talked about this recently. I get sleepy from coffee. And someone goes, "You have ADHD." And I go, "Well,
No, it's not.
That's
Actually,
a leap."
you want to know the real science behind this?
Yes, please.
Okay, this is a real thing. I've known about this for a long time, so I feel like I can talk about it. When you first drink coffee, it spikes something in a chemical in your body called adenosine.
Ooh.
And it goes up for 20 minutes. That's why you feel sleepy. But then it crashes and the caffeine takes hold. One goes down as everyone's going up. So there's this thing you can do if you've got 20 minutes, you need to get a bunch of rest. You drink a cup of coffee pretty fast. And you immediately take a nap for just 20 minutes. And right when that nap is over, you'll feel super refreshed because the adenosine levels are starting to drop, but the caffeine's kicking in.
That seems like a lot of planning, though, just to have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but if you do it right, it really works great. I fucking love it.
Because I got to tell you, I'll drink one, and I'm just yawning for hours.
Hours? Not just 20 minutes?
No, it's like the rest of the day. It literally fucks me up.
Are you dehydrated?
Maybe.
That could be
Probably.
it.
So I don't have ADHD?
You don't drink coffee then?
No, I drink these.
Well, those are really good.
I love these.
Yeah.
I mean, I drink these like crazy. I can drink these and go right to bed, though. I mean, it's not like I drink them. At this point, it's just to put me to zero,
So how many do you have a day?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Are you
to answer.
serious? More than 2?
Yeah.
More than 2 Red Bulls a day?
Yeah.
Sugar-free Red Bulls?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like a lot. I mean,
3 or 4?
I've cut back. I'm not as bad as I once was.
Well, how bad as you once was? Like a case?
When I was in the morning radio, I would drink. When I worked in Cleveland, I would run the board.
Yeah?
So I would get a 4-pack, and then I would get 2 5-hour energies.
Jesus Christ.
And I would, as I was playing the final commercials before we hit the intro, I would down the 5-hour energy and crack a Red Bull, and I would drink 1 Red Bull per hour of the show.
Oh, my God. This is fucking sick.
Every day.
This is truly bad for you.
Yeah. So I
Like,
mean, I've
very
cut
bad
back.
for you.
I've cut back though. Now maybe 2. I mean, I've had 2 since I've been here.
God damn.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
just
them.
gotta rev the engine. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's
I would love to have one right now, but I just can't have it.
you have something. You possess something that I definitely do not, which is discipline.
I guess it could be it, but also, like, I just know I'm going to feel like shit if I have it because I've already had 2 cups of coffee today. So if I
You
have
get
that,
a crash then later?
I'll crash, and also I'll feel like anxious, and I'll feel like just too much. I don't need it. If I just like worked out, maybe I'd have one and have a sugared one, not a sugar-free.
The sugar ones now, because I've been sugar-free for so long, the sugar ones they taste strange to me. It's like too sugary.
It tastes so good though. To me, that's one of my favorite flavors is Red Bull. The flavor of Red Bull
is
like kind of bad, and something about it's the best. I wish there was like a soft drink that was just caffeine free. I would drink caffeine-free Red Bull.
I think that would wean me off it too.
Drink it.
There is something about the flavor of it. There's something about all of it.
It's like medicinal.
When I was really addicted, there's something about. Also, I don't like a 12-ounce can.
No, I like the little can.
I need the little can. It's something about the way it keeps it all cold. It's the concentration of it. It's the coldness of the can and the way it smells when you open it. There's all the. I'm just
There's
so
a lot of
obsessed with
people
it.
right now who are getting like triggered.
Maybe to go buy one.
Because it is. The can is slim.
Yes.
It's a very specific amount of liquid. Oof, it's good.
There's
medicine.
something about it.
It makes you feel good.
It just really does. I mean,
it's the taurine.
Can I tell you something? Last night, this is a confession. Last night I flew home from Chicopee, Massachusetts yesterday. Landed around 6:30. Had to go right to I had a set at the Comedy Store at 8:10, so I had to basically just drop my bag off and turn around and leave.
You didn't go straight there? Why not?
Well, I had my suitcase. I wanted to change.
That's super cool, though. I love that.
What's that?
I love going straight to the airport from things.
Going straight from the airport to a club or whatever?
Just
I
anything,
hate that.
Anything. You're like, hey, I just came straight from the airport. So where are we? What's the status on this?
It does make it sound more important.
All right. Where are we? Let's line them up. Jason, Tim, where are we? Okay, great. Josh is here. He just got here. He's just put his bags down.
I would have hated having a suitcase at the Comedy Store, but I dropped my bag off, left, so I didn't have time to like eat dinner. So I ate when I got done at the end of the night, 11 o'clock or what have you, as we do sometimes. And I didn't have I have no groceries in my apartment because I've been on the road, and so I had Red Bulls.
Okay.
So I got food, but they forgot my drink.
What did you get for food?
I got a cheesesteak.
Okay,
real
cool.
healthy
yeah,
shit.
just a classic,
yeah,
not like an 11 p.m. cheesesteak.
Yeah, oh yeah, real doing myself real proper. And so I didn't have anything to drink. So what did I do? Cracked one of these bad boys at 11 p.m. and watched the session.
But you do have water. You know what I mean? You can drink water.
Yeah, you're right. I did have water.
It doesn't taste the best. It doesn't taste as good as Red Bull, especially LA Tap.
Yeah, I have Brita though.
Yeah, even more better reason to just have water, not a Red Bull with the cheese.
This is my first time having a Brita, by the way.
Yeah.
How often do you change the Brita?
Well, I don't have Brita. I don't like Brita.
Okay,
I'm
you have something.
anti-Brita.
You have something to. Is there something I should know about Brita?
No, okay.
Is it not doing anything? That's what people say.
It's doing something. If you can taste it, it's doing something because it is a charcoal filter. But I have a Berkey filter, which is like this big ass kind of used in hospitals and stuff. I have one of those.
Ooh, hospital grade.
But I haven't used that in a while because now I use I just get bottled water. I get like the big jugs of Crystal Geyser because I like the spring water because I'm a spring water.
And you're not worried about the plastics.
No,
not that I'm not worried about it either.
I drink it so fast.
Yeah.
And it's also local.
But if you had a Brita, how often are you supposed to change that thing?
At least every 3 months.
Now is it 3 months or is it per fillage?
I would say per fillage, but I'm sure the filter says on the filter, it's like, hey, there it is right there.
Well, I'm sure it says
gallons.
that's big Brita telling me when to, because they want me to buy more filters. If you ask me.
But I mean, if the filter's doing something, that means you should change it because it's filtering.
Sure, but again, how often? Because, like I said, we can go by Brita's guidelines, but they want you to buy more Brita filters all the time. They want you to they would probably say change it every fucking time you get a new fill up of it.
Get a Berkey.
Get a Berkey. Okay.
You can clean those filters. They last for like years and years.
Interesting. And you can clean them.
Yeah. They're
I don't know if I
expensive,
wanna
but I
do
mean,
that.
you pay for it in the long run with your health.
Is it is it gross cleaning that? You go like, this is what's in the tap water?
No, I don't think so. You just you basically are shooting out what got trapped in the carbon.
Okay.
You're like reversing it. So instead of the water flowing into it and out the dripping thing, you put a high pressure, like a hose through the tip, and it, you wash off the
I
stuff.
always learn something about being an adult when I talk to Johnny Pemberton.
Sometimes I was about to say, man, when I'm around comics, a lot of times I feel like I'm not a comedian because my lifestyle is so much different.
It really is.
There's certain things where I remember years and years ago, like hanging out with a bunch of comedians and just being kind of appalled at the lack of. There was people I knew who I don't have a credit card. I'm like, why don't you have a credit card?
Yeah, I remember a night at the Comedy Store where Johnny just talked to me about finances. Like, he's just like, you gotta get a banker.
Dude. Well, because I was like, yeah, it's so easy, and you're wasting so much money.
I know.
But some of these comics, man, they just don't fucking get it.
I'm one of them. I don't get it.
It's the health. It's the finances.
Yeah, those are all the things that escape me as a human being.
Yeah. I mean, when I say health, I mean like lifestyle.
No, I know.
Lifestyle is part of, I guess finances is part of lifestyle, but it can be separate. But it's a holistic approach to getting your shit together.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm having a real wake-up call here in my mid to late 30s.
Yeah, that's when you get it.
I guess that's when you're supposed. I don't know. I think you're supposed to get it earlier, but boy, it's hitting me like a ton of bricks.
What's the thing that's woke you up the most?
All of it. I mean, just I got this new apartment,
Right.
and I moved in. I thought, evidently, according to some people of the female persuasion,
Oh, here we go.
I am not exactly. They go like, "What are you, a serial killer? What kind of a?" You don't have anything in here.
Do you have a bed on the floor?
No, I have a bed frame.
Okay, got it.
I just didn't. I finally hung up artwork.
That's a good one. Do you have towels? Like more than
Yes.
more than 3?
More than 3. I do
Okay.
have more than 3 towels. I thought I was doing all the things
Yeah.
that a woman would see, but at the same time, I'm not a fucking. I don't know. I'm not going to be building shells and fucking. I don't have a lot of stuff.
Buy some furniture.
I did. I thought I bought it. I mean, there is one place. There's one space in my apartment that is just drastically empty, and I don't really know what to do with it. And I also have a spare bedroom that I want to make an office, but again, that's just like so overwhelming.
You got any sunlight coming in there?
I got a little bit. It's pretty dark though. They don't like that.
Plants.
I don't know if I have enough sunlight for plants.
You really not enough for a plant?
No.
You'd be surprised. Some plants don't need much. Like a snake plant.
Ooh, you're a big plant guy.
I'm a big
I don't know.
plant
Do
guy.
people know this about you? Do you think?
I think a lot of people do, but not everybody.
I mean, your house is like a garden. It's like a menagerie.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time. I would say almost an obsessive amount of time on and off in the garden. It's like I just realized the other day I wanted to tell my wife. I was like, hey, you know what? I think I have too many plants. And she's like, you think you have too many?
How do they all get along with each other? Like, I would think,
Yeah.
because there's such a variety.
Right. Well,
I would think that, like, oh, this plant doesn't grow well in this area with this soil or whatever.
That's definitely a thing, but I have a problem where I don't want to let anything die. And so I'll spend a lot of energy and I'll get a pot for this plant. Like, I ripped up some mint by the root from the front of the house and I was like, oh, this is going to survive. So I just out of nowhere put it in a pot, added dirt to it, and now I'm trying to make this grow for no reason whatsoever. Even though I have like a full front yard filled with 3 different types of mint growing in the ground. Don't need any more mint. But I'm thinking, might as well just try to grow it in this pot because see if I can. And now it's doing pretty good.
Huh, all right.
It's like almost like I'm always trying to green thumb challenge myself in a way.
Is it tough when you travel?
Yeah.
Do you call home and ask about the plants?
There was, I mean, I've pared back a bit. I had like a crazy garden during the whole COVID thing, especially in the first half. I was kind of going too far because I thought we'd have to like live off of it.
That's hilarious. That's like
really
your
did.
bread for like white women. They were like all making bread.
Yeah, people were making bread. I was getting seeds, but that's the other thing is other people were getting seeds too.
Oh, the seed game was probably like bedlam.
Yeah, the seed companies were all totally oversold. And I called up one time and they were like on the verge of tears kind of thing. You could tell they had been getting yelled at by people because they were the seeds were all sold out. People, because everyone thought it was going to be the end of the fucking world, so they bought up all the seeds. I had a friend of mine who's like a real crunchy off the grid dude in Nashville send me a bunch of seeds that he had saved.
Jesus.
So I was like, I got to have seeds, man.
Do you want to farm someday?
My goal is to have a big, like a house on like 2 acres, right? And what I want to have is a California garden that is self-seeding. So basically I just grow everything. I grow tons of it, right? Mm-hmm. Like I have artichokes growing in my front yard right now, and they just self-seed. So if I don't harvest them, or if I only harvest half of them, they will dry out. The flower will open up, and you'll have a bunch of they'll go to seed, it's called. They'll drop the seeds, and they'll come back next year and around the same spot, as long as you don't mess around too much. So my idea is to have just a huge space where I can grow, have a huge section that's just artichoke, and a huge section that's like eggplant, tomato, all kinds of stuff. And you harvest a lot of it, but also you let a lot of it just drop their seeds, and they will come back. As long as you add to the soil and you keep it soil healthy, they'll come back.
COVID was a dry run for the apocalypse, and we did see how many people would handle themselves at the end of the world. And I, for one, was just one of these guys where it's like, all right, counting down the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I did a lot of drinking.
Oh, I did a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
I also never grocery shopped I did UberEats, I think, every day for like 2 years.
You mean like every meal? Or you did
every
like
single meal? I only eat really once a day, but yeah.
Damn, man.
So if the system goes awry and I can't call up Taco Bell on here anymore, I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Yeah, you know what? Have a little bit of a backup plan, maybe something like that.
I guess, I got to get some like cans or something, canned goods or what have you.
But also, we're all fucked. That's the thing that no one talks about. If you are living in a city, you can be prepared. You can be prepared for like 2 weeks.
Right.
If you make it home.
Unless you're one of these preppers.
Even then, if you're a prepper, you're not living in the city. Mm-hmm. And if you are, you've got like, I don't know. I think the work versus the actual how much it gives you is not much, because someone's going to steal it from you if it's really bad.
Oh, someone's going to steal it from me for sure. If I
even
prepare, I'm just going to be one guy. I'm going to be like, here you go. Here's my rhubarb.
Bucket of bars.
Yeah.
Here's my year's supply of mac and cheese I got from that preacher on TBS.
That guy? Isn't that the My Pillow guy was selling like vats of sludge? Or no, that was the guy from the 700 Club.
Jim Baker, that's right. Or no, it was Roberts. Oh, Pat Roberts does it too?
Yeah, the 700 Club guy.
Damn, that guy's a fucking nut. He looks like a little bat, because he's got like the little ears that stick up. He's kind of, hey, how are you?
He's like, the devil is coming up from the ground, and you got to get your vats of sludge from me.
These vats of sludge will last you a long time. Even if, people of all races will try to steal from you, you stop them with sludge. You put it in a sandbag, and you sandbag them and swing it around and smash their face off.
Other races are going to come and steal your sludge.
Other races. Look out for the races. Caution. Caution the races are going to get from you.
Well, it is a pleasant time, though, despite, it being spring and...
Despite it being spring.
Yeah,
dude, it's like the most beautiful it's ever been in California.
It's getting so hot out.
The state of California right now is probably the most beautiful it's been in 20 years.
Well, I got to say this. I went to Massachusetts this past weekend, and I landed 95 degrees.
Oh, I heard about this.
My allergies were bananas. I couldn't function. I took a Benadryl, and I'm not really on the Benadryl train. I've done a lot of drugs, a lot of over-the-counter pharmaceuticals recreationally, and I never really got hyped on Benadryl before. But boy, oh boy,
does it sleep.
I mean, it knocked me the fuck out, and I, so I was a little beside myself. But my allergies were just like kicking my ass. It was crazy, just because it was so fucking hot out there. I'm still a little out of it. I meant to preface this episode by saying I'm a little hungover from the Benadryl. And also I just saw this. Someone sent me this on Twitter. they wrote pour one out, and I didn't know what it was in reference to, but then I scrolled up and the tweet says 13-year-old dead after trying deadly TikTok Benadryl challenge.
What the fuck?
The challenge is where participants take 12 to 14 of the antihistamines, 6 times the recommended dose, in order to induce hallucinations.
That's not a challenge.
I've done that.
That's like
with
Russian
NyQuil.
psyops. That's not the same as DM, because I've DM tripped.
What's DM?
Dextromethorphan.
Is that
It's in,
Robitussin?
Yeah, it's in Robitussin.
Oh yeah, I've
for DM.
robo-tripped a ton of, and
But that
I've
stuff
done
is-
NyQuil too.
Yeah, I've done that too, but I wasn't really tripping as much as I was like, oh, I just feel like
Loopy as hell.
I think it's a disassociative is what's it called. So you feel kind of like,
wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow, wow.
Isn't that a Danny Brown thing too? 10 to 12 Benadryl.
No, that's a
Lil Wayne?
YMH thing.
It's a YMH thing.
Yeah,
okay,
10 to
okay.
12 Benadryl, or is it? Yeah, Benadryl. Does he do? He makes his dick
I
hard.
think it's Benadryl, and it makes your dick hard, and you don't.
oh,
blast
that
or
one
something
guy,
like
that weirdo cool
Yeah,
guy who
yeah,
said
yeah.
he gets really horny from taking Benadryl.
Yes, 4 strokes, if I'm not mistaken. Was that Benadryl? Yeah. All right, good.
Danny's okay,
I've
though,
been out of the universe for too long. I had to remember it. But Danny didn't do that. No.
No, but Danny
No,
is.
no. It was on his show. I mean, he had a reference on his show.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's part of the world. Obviously, Danny Brown has done other drugs.
He just went to rehab.
Oh, I did
like
not know
a couple
that.
days ago, I think. Yeah.
Well, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I wish him all the best.
I think he's doing well. I hear.
Well, that's good. Hey,
Damn.
stay strong, Danny. But yeah, there it is right there. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by the fine folks at DoorDash. Oh my God, would you like to never leave your home again? I understand. I talked about it before. And believe me, when DoorDash started sponsoring this here program, I switched over right away. And guess what? Every single day, I was getting DoorDash. Everything comes straight to the door. You can't complain about. I mean, it's amazing. Everything from food deliveries to groceries, if you want to do that kind of thing. Hell, I get razors from DoorDash because I don't want to go deal with we got to unlock the cabinet, blah, blah, blah. Let someone else deal with that. And then you give them a nice, generous tip for their time. You know that you can count on DoorDash for some French fries at 3 a.m., so you can trust them with your grocery list too. And you can free up your time for the most important things. With thousands of stores to choose from, you'll find the best spots in your neighborhood for all your favorite foods. You got time, save time, you're going to save money, and you can check out the Dash Pass membership. I can't stress this enough. Do check out the Dash Pass membership because you get free delivery on all the eligible orders. And with easy substitutions and best-in-class customer service, getting your groceries delivered with DoorDash is quick and easy too. So right now you can get 50% off your first DoorDash order, up to $10 value, when you use the code JoshPotter at checkout. It's a limited time offer. Terms apply. That's 50% off up to $10 on a $15 minimum subtotal and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and you enter that code Josh Potter. Don't forget, that's code Josh Potter for 50% off your first order with DoorDash. So it's that time of the year, the allergy season, but it also means playoffs. The NBA playoffs are underway. The NHL playoffs are underway. Sports are alive and well. The NFL draft is coming. So let us get into some sports news.
Beep, 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 beep. Beep 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 beep.
Now, it's not necessarily news, but I did come across this on whatever the hell this is, Instagram.
What was that song?
That's
I mean, it feels like it was like almost a song.
it's what the hell is it? It's a sports song.
How long have you been using that song?
Oh, the whole time.
Okay.
The whole time this
so now
show's existed.
it's established now, right?
Yeah. It's not Monday Night Football. It's the other one. It's NBC. It's NBC Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Sunday Night
Football.
That's not football.
What is that?
But that is like that's Final Countdown by Europe.
I thought you were singing that.
It's the final. No, I was
doesn't
singing.
Doesn't it kind of share some chords? Like you can kind of go into that.
Of course, it's all that anthem rock. But this is Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Beep beep beep
Yeah.
beep 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 beep.
Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, although it's not anymore.
I love those two. I really do.
I know. I don't know. I wish they didn't get rid of Al Michaels. Now he's on Thursday Night Football with fucking Kirk Herbstreit where no one's watching. It's so
See,
dumb.
I like Al and Mike because Mike says crazy shit, and Al goes, "Hold on a second.
Oh, you like when? Wait. Al Michaels and you mean Chris Collinsworth?
Yeah.
Yes.
When Chris says something, Chris will say like, the Anunnaki have taken control of the field, and they're not going to let anyone catch a ball today because these refs have been entomized by. Al's like,
Well, here's something.
they pay our salary.
I don't know if you can find this. Chris Collinsworth said something crazy back in the day. Just type in
something bad.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, he seems like a guy who said something bad.
I wish he had Al Michaels with him. Just type in Chris Collinsworth, 17-year-old girls.
Was it okay? It wasn't racist. It was. Thank God.
It was pedophilia-ish or whatever you want to call it.
What's better, honestly?
What is better? That's a good question. Would you rather him be a pedophile or a racist?
I kind of feel like a ped just because it fits with football a bit more.
Pedophiles?
Yeah.
I feel like a racist, he could at least, he's like...
Being a
I just don't like.
You want to hear
that.
what he says first before we decide what's better or worse?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
bachelor and playing football have a lot of similarities between them. You go out, and there's not anything in the world any more competitive than going out and trying to find the girl.
Why do you think those girls really like you?
I think probably because of the money, and I'm not going to deny it. I walk around with $100 bills hanging out of my pockets usually, and try and give it my best shot, because before I ever made any money, it was pretty much big nothingsville. High school girls love me. 14 to 18, I'm a big star with them. As soon as
Shut up. 14 to 18?
Mature,
That's the illegal zone.
Years old, they start figuring out that, wait a minute, I know there's better than that out there,
Jesus.
14 to 18? That's gross.
It's a different time. I mean, it really was a different time.
It wasn't that much of a different time. I mean, 14 to 18 is still pretty fucking ugh.
Yeah, but
Who
these
wants to talk to a 14-year-old? He's like,
Was
I'm a
this
big
like-
hit with 14-year-olds.
I mean, he did say he's a big hit. Doesn't mean he's, doesn't mean he's saying that, yes.
He's following it up after he's talking about having $100 bills hanging out of his pocket and they're all slobbing his knob.
God, it always weirds me out. Like, I get it, you saying that, but it's one thing if you know and you don't say no, that's weird.
Well, yeah. I think if you know and you don't say no, of course that's weird. I think if you know and you talk about it, that's even weirder.
It also makes you sound like kind of a bitch, because remember when Seinfeld was dating like a 17-year-old?
Everyone's like, what the hell is he doing?
It's like, dude, anybody can date a fucking high school girl because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? You seem like a dumbass with no game when you're dating a child.
Right. It was always that guy that graduated high school.
Yes.
Then he'd come back and you're like, go to college,
Yeah,
bro. What are
dude.
you doing?
Yeah, you're like, they don't know that you are nothing.
Yes.
They don't know that you're
They
just
think
like
you're
a
swinging dick
skis.
all of a sudden.
They just think, oh, wow, you have a car that runs? Like, oh, you're cool. Oh, you lived in a bigger city? Oh, my God. Especially if it's a small town. That kind of shit. Yeah, it's like, aren't you embarrassed to be having to hook up with... Ugh, it's so
Sounds like a
embarrassing.
Sebastian Maniscalco bit. Aren't you embarrassed?
Should I start doing that by comments like that?
14-year-olds.
I just have to stretch out what I talk about, and I can be more like
Hilarious.
Sebastian, right?
I always said Sebastian should get really dark with it and explore. Maybe this hasn't happened to him, but at the same time, if it did, he should explore it. He should be like, his next bit should be like, weren't you molested? I think that's a good...
Didn't you get hit enough by your dad?
You weren't
Your dad.
molested? I think that's a good angle for him. I don't
If
know.
you're not molested, if you didn't get molested by your padre familiaro, your madre, the mom and the pop, they didn't hit and touch you? Okay, what the fuck is that? You shouldn't be
put you on a bit.
doing what I call a touching the kiddlittles.
Molested just fits so perfectly with his cadence, It's just like...
He does have a cadence. He's got like that. He's got a whole thing.
Yeah, he's just, just a great way to tag a joke. Have you not been molested?
What would he normally say? That what's his thing? I haven't watched him
Aren't
enough.
you embarrassed?
He says that. Aren't
yeah,
you
he does.
embarrassed?
Yeah.
Why would
Like
you
about
do
what?
that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you eat that much cheese? Why would you? Yeah, he does have that thing where his mind is his voice is so locked in that he can just, any premise is a joke. All you have to do is say it.
Oh, I've said it 1,000 times. He's brilliant because if you were to read those jokes on paper, you would be like, what the hell is this? But the way he says it, you're like, I'm laughing at everything. I'm laughing about the Subway and fucking Chipotle and shit.
Well, it's like the classic Brody Stevens line. Agree with me on cadence alone.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that all the time.
Well,
stay with me on cadence alone.
On cadence alone.
And he's
so
right.
Funny.
He's
right. There's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen these people?
Playoffs.
So anyhow, yes, playoffs hockey. This is from the KHL, and I just came across this. And
KHL.
This is fun. Yeah, this is the Russian league. Now I think it's interesting because there is a gentleman in this video who, in the white, his Uwe Krupp's son, and I think it's Bjorn Krupp. He was actually born in my hometown, which is crazy because Uwe Krupp played there for like a spell and had this child while he was there. And they say in his Wikipedia, hails from Amherst, New York. But he's playing in the KHL, and I think this other guy is his dad also played, but I'm not sure. No, I actually know his brother plays for the NHL. But yeah, so they're either mic'd up or someone caught them with a boom mic or what have you, and they're getting into a little scuffle. Let's hear this. This is fun. Give it some
You
power.
German pussy! You think your dad was tough? You're not. Hey, the only reason you're on that team is because you're fucking dad. The fuck are you gonna do? The fuck are you gonna do? You German fuck.
You German
pussy.
fuck. That's my
You think your
favorite
dad
part.
was tough?
He's not
You're
even German. He's American. He was born in
The only
Amherst,
reason
New
you're on
York.
that team is because you're fucking dad.
Your
got
fucking
that.
dad.
Your fucking dad.
There's so many hockey players whose father was in the league. I mean,
Really?
it's very prevalent right now. And, I mean, we talked a couple of weeks ago about Danny Briere's son. He was unceremoniously removed from the Mercyhurst.
What happened?
Well, he shoved there was a wheelchair at the top of a staircase at a bar, and he was...
This is already good. I mean, you don't have to say anything else.
Well, he was drunk, and he threw the wheelchair down the stairs.
Wait,
and
the
broke
wheelchair, not a person
It
in
was
it.
empty. It was unoccupied, and he
Ow.
just went kadoosh, and it
I-
went skadadadadadad.
I might have done that.
I mean,
I really might have done that.
I did have some empathy to the fact that he was a drunken little child. He is a bit of a
Well, how old
Nepo
was he?
baby. He's in college. I don't know, 20.
I did. In college, one time I tried to roll like a 200-pound cement parking cylinder down a hill into a car.
You didn't know whose car it was?
No, we just figured it was someone who worked for the university.
And you're just going to go blast this dude's car?
Yeah, we tried to, but we couldn't get it rolling enough. When I did that, I was 19.
What's the shittiest thing someone asked me this the other day. What's the shittiest thing you did to a kid in school? Like in terms of bullying maybe, but like maybe not even that, but just like, because we all were little shits at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say mine. I convinced the kid he was gay.
How do you do that? It sounds like some psyops.
Well, it was a little bit of psyopsy. It was just at lunch, and basically he went home and he confessed to his parents that he was gay. And then they came to the school, and I got in a little bit of trouble.
But how did you convince him?
I was just like, I think you're gay, man. I forget what I said exactly, but it was like,
Well,
I
that's
think
powerful.
you're gay. It was I felt kind of powerful. But then he came, I go into the principal's office, and they're like, I thought it was kind of odd. Because I was like, so what if he is gay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was trying to play that little card at the principal's office.
this is back when
and
you
it kind of
couldn't
got
be
me
gay.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But it kind of got me out of it because of the fact where I was like, what's wrong with being gay? And they were like, yeah, but and they didn't know what to do. That's so I won.
Wow, that's kind of weird, man. That's kind of like sick and weird. I don't know if I've ever done anything that came close to as bad as that.
It's sick and weird. I know. I told you it was. The
I've done
worst
some
thing ever.
vandalism. I've put like 25 pounds of dog food on someone's front lawn, and
Well, see, I never did anything like
kitty
that.
litter. We used to put shit in people's mailbox. We used to burn words on people's lawn with bleach.
See, property damage I find worse than what I did. I just maybe this guy found a new side of himself that he didn't know about.
But wait, what made you want to do that?
I don't know.
So it was just a guy you knew, a guy you didn't like,
It was a guy I sat next to in band.
and so just
And me and my other friend just were like, I don't know, man. I think you're gay. That was like really how it was like 7th grade. I don't really understand.
seventh grade though. 7th grade is the worst time to be alive. So
That is, yeah.
all bets are off.
It's fight or flight. I mean, it is like do
Yeah.
or die. It was either that or I was going to get something. You know what I mean? 7th grade was the worst.
I think I was on the defense around then. I don't think I was doing anything bad except maybe I think we hit a guy with
the
erasers.
best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was not. I was not in a post-pubescent place then.
I see.
To feel like have any confidence whatsoever, let alone going to the bathroom that didn't have any stall doors.
Oh,
in 7th grade. So,
you had that?
Yeah, it was a Catholic school, and what happened is someone. I talk about this in my new show coming up a bunch.
Ooh, okay.
My new show. I'm doing my solo show. It's gonna be like a 1-hour special type deal, but they didn't have stall doors, and the boys' bathroom. It's the Catholic school.
How do you take a shit?
Well, you just take a shit, and people can look at you.
That's awful.
Yeah, I've walked into my math/science teacher multiple times shitting. And he's like, "How you doing, John? How you doing?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
The teacher was shitting?
Yeah, he's shitting.
See,
and
that
you
seems
can't help it. He's like, says hi to you because he's one of those, Minnesota. Oh, how you doing? What's going on? Yeah, we're doing this and that. I paint houses in the summer, And he's like taking a shit, and you're walking in. And he's like, "How you doing?"
Just grunting one out in there.
Just grunt one out, and then also the opposite would happen, because I have a bowel disease, so I'm in there in the bathroom a lot. And I'm like, there's no fucking, I gotta shit. Most people would just not shit, right? You just don't
of course,
shit.
but you have to.
Have to shit. And I remember one time thinking I could get it in fast enough for someone to come in there. And my math teacher comes in and he's like, "How you doing?" As I'm fucking shitting. I'm like, I don't want to.
That's more psychological terror than saying a kid's gay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's worse.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
It's terrible. And they finally put him back up. But the logic was that some kids tore the doors down, and they thought, if we put him back up, they'll just tear him down again. It's like, well, yeah, I guess that's kind of what you got to do, guys. You fucking lunatics.
That's awful.
You freaking drunk Catholics.
That's terrible. Mm-hmm. We used to do little pranks and stuff like that on our friends. Like I buried my friend's car in leaves.
That sounds fun, actually.
It was
a lot of
fun.
work.
We put the whole car was submerged in leaves.
That's one of those things where really something. You couldn't pay someone to do that. It's so much work.
It was funny because we were like just kind of putting leaves on top of the car, and our buddy Greg, who lived across the street, he saw us. Didn't know we were doing this. It was like the middle of the night, and we're just kind of like drunkenly putting like leaves on the car, and we thought like, he goes, "No," and he comes out with a shovel. He goes, "Let's really do it," and he came out with a shovel.
Did the whole car.
And we did the whole car.
Could you not see the car?
You could not see the car.
Did your friend not find his car?
No, it was in his driveway, so he knew his car was under there.
It'd be nice if it just like, yeah, it's gone, Mom.
But I did hear, people have told me stories of them like burying taking like a toilet that they find on the side of the road,
right,
and then burying that in leaves, like where those piles are on the side of the road, so people, when they come down the street.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Talk about, your concrete,
damn,
rolling that concrete into a car. Imagine doing that one and just like waiting and just being like, someone's going to come down the street and clip into these leaves.
Yeah, that would be badass. God damn. I wish I could like travel back in time and do some of this stuff.
Yeah, because now you'd get arrested.
Yeah. So much of the time I want to do something like that, and I think, you know what? Don't do that.
Yeah.
You should not do a thing. You should not do property crime. Don't do property crime.
Well,
especially not where you live. Especially not
on your street in front of your home.
Especially not the next street over.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do a property crime because you're pissed at the way someone parked.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just do not.
Today's Josh Potter Show is also brought to us by Rocket Money. 80% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about, and chances are you're a part of that statistic. I know I was. I went on there when Rocket Money came aboard. I checked it out. I go, I got to see how many subscriptions I'm signed up for. There were apps I never even heard of. I couldn't even find them on my phone, but I'm signed up for like $5 a year or some nonsense like that. And boy, oh boy, did we get rid of that real quick. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, can make sure you aren't wasting tons of money on subscriptions you don't even use. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending, and it helps you lower your bills all in one place. To cancel a subscription, it's so easy. You just hit the word cancel. Can't get any easier than that. Boom. Simple. And like I said, I've been finding things on my phone that I didn't even know I had. I must have signed up for them at some point down the road. I go, I'm going to need this. It turns out I never needed it. And boy, oh boy, it was so much stress off my shoulders getting rid of that. I mean, I saved like $30 a month just on accidental subscriptions. I even had double subscriptions at one point. I think I had 2 Hulus. I'm like, what am I doing here? So check it out for yourself. Most Americans think they spend about $80 on subscriptions each month, and most Americans are wrong. The actual total is closer to $200. So Rocket Money can give you back a huge chunk of your monthly budget, so you have more wiggle room to spend on things that matter. So get rid of the useless subscriptions right now with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Potter. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/Potter. Cancel your unnecessary subscriptions with rocketmoney.com/Potter. Let's see another confrontation. Russell Westbrook, just very recently.
Who's that guy again?
He's on the Los Angeles Clippers. They're in the playoffs.
He's good.
And I don't know that he was struggling. Everyone was shitting all over him when he was on the Lakers, and then he got traded across the old hallway there to the Clippers. And this is interesting to me. In an NBA game, this is at the Crypto.com arena.
That's a real regrettable arena name, by the way.
I think they're going to change it to something else because I think Crypto.com no longer exists.
God damn. That's too much to say about all that stuff.
Even when it was the Staples Center, when people were like, it's iconic, we can't get rid of Staples Center. I'm like, Staples isn't even a store anymore.
Who said that?
Many people, when they changed the name, they're like, how dare you? That's where Kobe...
Stupid.
The Staples Center's where Kobe built or whatever. And you're like, it's named after an office supply store that no longer exists.
They shouldn't be allowed to name them after a company. They really shouldn't. It's the dumbest thing. I
always thought that was
shitty.
I mean, the Smoothie King Arena.
Yes, that is the dumbest, stupidest name of all time. Anything you do that's cool is instantly undone by the fact, where did this happen? Happened at the Smoothie King Arena.
Yeah, I remember that faithful night at the Smoothie King Arena. I was like, yeah, there's very much worse ones. I mean, there's terrible ones. But anyhow.
Remember the caffeine-free Diet Pepsi, Wolfgang Puck Pizza Hut Theater that I did that show at?
Oh, the fucking the one in Detroit is named after Domino's, I think, or Pizza Hut or something. It's the Little Caesars Arena,
the Crazy Sticks Arena. Yeah. Little Caesars brand Crazy Sticks, official Little Caesars Arena. Little Caesars kind of makes sense if you don't know it's pizza.
I guess
it's like a reference to Rome. Little Caesars Arena. It's built after the what's it called? The Parthenon.
The fucking Colosseum. Well, anyhow, they're at I didn't know that they had this though. I've never done a courtside situation in a basketball game. It is something I would like to do at some point in my life. But you can go into these little suites, evidently.
Okay, it seems like a bad idea.
So they have these suites right off the tunnels. There's like little tunnels off the thing, and you get to go in there and you can have a sandwich. Maybe you run into Jack Nicholson or some shit. So after the game, evidently someone was chirping Russell Westbrook, and he went into the suite.
Well, what's chirping?
Chirping meaning like he was talking shit, like from, he was a guy in the crowd courtside, and he was talking shit to Russell Westbrook to the point where he heard him. You can hear each other out there when you're courtside. You can say shit. Why is it called
chirping?
I don't know. That's just what the kids call it.
Chirping.
Give them a little chirp.
Man.
Beep. Tweet, tweet.
Little chirp. Talk shit. What was wrong with that?
Okay. Well, we could say that.
Okay. It was working great. Everybody knew about it. Everyone makes sense. There's nothing wrong with talking shit. It was fine.
He was talking shit, and so this is what happened. Was what ensued.
Is that Bill Burr?
Maybe. Is it?
Looks like
talking shit. Watch your mouth, he says. Now, he's grabbing his penis pretty, it's...
Who, Russell?
Yeah, did you see that? While he was like...
Yeah, that's a thing.
Is that a thing that people do?
That's definitely a thing.
Should I start doing that when I'm angry? Do I have to touch my penis to, really emphasize the point?
I think you got to be a different kind of person to do that.
One with a huge penis?
I think that probably helps.
Look at that. See, he's really grabbing that. It's like he's starting a lawnmower there.
That does look like Bill Burr right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, until he stood up, he was pretty fat. Yeah, he's pretty fat. Not only he's not a white gentleman, I don't think, is he?
It looks like a white guy to me.
When he stood up, it seemed like he wasn't.
What was he if he wasn't white?
I thought he was a black guy.
No, that's not a black guy. What kind of black? No.
Props to part of my take for posting this. Nope, you're right. He's Italian of some sort, probably. Sicilian.
Probably Italian, yep.
But yeah, he's really grabbing on his piece there, and I mean, hey, good for you for having that.
Also, why is his shirt like that?
That's what I mean. It's another little, I'm going to show you my abs. I'm going to grab my giant dong.
So he rolled up his shirt into a tank top, grabs his dick and goes in there. But also,
it's like, are you trying to fight me or flirt with me?
wait,
Good golly.
Is he on the Suns?
No, he's on the Clippers.
Oh, so that was a Suns fan.
Maybe, yes. This was perhaps at the, I don't even know what arena
Because
this
the guy has Suns gear on.
I thought this was at the Crypto.
Yeah.
But yes, he is a Suns guy. He was talking shit, giving him the chirps, as we said. But
Again, this looks bad. If you have to go talk shit to a schlubby guy
yeah.
in the stands, it looks bad. It's like dating a 15-year-old.
No matter exactly,
Like, you don't need to do that, man.
no matter how many times you grab your dick, it's a bad look.
So this guy got to you? This schlubby dude got to you, bro?
Right. What could he have said, too? Like, that's the thing that we don't get the precursor. I wish I knew what he was saying to Russell Westbrook. And this is a man who has dealt with a lot of people talking shit about him for the past couple of years since he was on the Lakers, and he had a terrible time on there.
Also, that guy, piece of trash.
Yeah. For
Suns
talking
fan,
shit.
That guy's a piece of trash.
Have you ever, I've gone to baseball games, and I've been in the
yeah.
outfield where I talk shit to the, the left fielder or whatever. Minor league guys usually. And I was probably a teenager at that time. Like, we were talking about being in school.
Right.
And I was probably a younger guy. I don't know that I would do that as an adult, especially now because they're younger than me. I'm going to go to, like, talk shit to this 24-year-old kid.
Yeah, I've definitely done it, but more as a joke. I'm not saying specific shit like you suck. I'm more like yelling for the occasion that I get to be 3 beers deep and screaming.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
it's
do
just
like
fun
that.
to scream.
It is fun to get them to do prompts too. I know a lot of people at the baseball games. You catch them every now and then. They'll get to like Cody Bellinger and they'll be like, "Left hand tits, right hand ass," and then he puts one up. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's a tit guy." Yeah.
Oh, that is cool, man. That's why baseball's never gonna go away.
I love baseball
Just
so
dumb
much for
shit
that.
like that.
Oh shit! I hit my soundboard there.
So
now watch that. Was a good. What's that?
So it was in Phoenix. It
was in Phoenix.
That little suite is next to the visiting players' locker room, which seems like a terrible fucking idea.
Well,
But apparently they said that he called Westbrook Westbrick.
everyone's been calling him that.
That's
I mean, you got to go
who
yell
cares?
go yell at ESPN if you're mad about that nickname.
Wow.
Westbrick.
That can't be what he said. He has to say something bad.
Yeah, he must. I mean, if, that kind of thing. It's like, did he say the N-word? That's the only thing I could. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I could imagine getting that up in arms about.
I feel like if he dropped an N, Russell would have been on him in the game, and everyone would be like, "Okay, that's okay.
yeah.
You can do that. Get that guy out of here, but let's kick his ass first."
Now, can we pull up another thing? This is a thing that's unfolding today. This is a pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. His name is Anthony Bass. And this might qualify as this week's Queef of the Week. We haven't had one.
Queef of the Week.
I like that.
So he posts this on Twitter, Anthony Bass.
No, this is already bad.
This is so. Can you read the tweet, Rob? I can't read it from here.
Yeah, sure. It says the flight attendant at United just made my 22-week pregnant wife traveling with a 5-year-old and 2-year-old get on her hands and knees to pick up the popcorn mess by my youngest daughters. Are you kidding me? ? ! ! ! ! ! !
So he's upset with United. He raised the stink, and United evidently said that they are going to deal with this. And so everyone's like, "You got this fucking flight attendant fired because your kid made a mess and your wife had to clean it up." Like,
This is a classic case of just everybody involved is a piece of trash.
I feel like
United is the airline that is.
Now, I'm not going to let you speak ill about United.
I just did.
I think United a fine airline. I actually enjoy.
How many
them quite
points you got with them?
Oh, I got points. Daddy
Okay,
is
see, I get it.
I'm Premier Gold, baby.
So you're priced in.
Oh yeah, I'm in, baby.
But when anything happens bad, it's like, when the whole like Florida man thing, when you see a headline like, "But this happened in Florida," and it in fact did happen in Florida.
Oh, you're saying United has all the? They did have that one thing where that Asian man was like screaming down the aisle.
Yeah, they dragged him out. They also had the thing where they kicked the girl off for wearing like tight leggings.
Hey,
they also had the thing where they had a bunch of stuff. They're always like, I would say 75% of the time.
I find that Southwest is the real problem.
Well, I was about to say Southwest just did them a lot of favors.
Yes, Southwest is
recently.
always, because people are animals and they let people just be animals. They go, board You know, they get it down to the thing, and then it's like a melee to get in those seats.
But Southwest,
give me a seat.
That's their thing. Southwest is like getting mad at the zoo animals because, you know, Southwest is, you go on there and you know if this is at all good, it's going to be, I'm happy.
Right.
But United has the illusion of being something nice. Has like, oh, we have seat assignments. It's like, you're not kidding anybody.
Hey, as a boarding group 1, I do stick my nose in the air at the group 7 and as I pass by. But they're in first class. It's like, okay, so by the way, if you click on this guy's profile, it's first thing it says Christian. Ugh.
All these guys are, aren't they?
Not all of them.
If you've got a family and you're a professional sports guy.
Not all of them. You don't, not to the point where it's the first thing in your goddamn profile. But here's the thing. Stop making your 22-week pregnant wife fly with the children.
Yeah.
Let her stay home. What, does she got to go watch you get fucking shelled by the Mets? I mean, come on, dude. This guy's not even good.
Also, couldn't he pick it up?
Right. Well, he wasn't on the plane.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's flying alone with these kids.
Yeah, this is a classic case of dumb guy, smart wife.
Probably, but
or
who knows how
dumb
smart.
guy, bitch wife.
The bit. Yeah.
It's a classic thing.
Yeah.
This guy's a dumbass. He's got a lot of money, and his wife is probably pretty hot, and she's a bitch. And this is what happens.
I mean, this is what happens. And she probably, you know, they were like, ma'am, can you clean up after your pig of a child just spilled all those things all over the place?
Oh, she's got a weird triple name, too. Triple name. This is all just...
She probably called him and cried. She goes, do you know who my husband is? He's one of the shitty pitchers on the...
That's what I'm saying.
On the Blue Jays. Did I say the Maple Leafs before? Forgive me if I did.
No, you said Blue Jays.
Okay, thank you. But no, I thought that was an interesting... Everyone's roasting this fucking guy online today, the whole world. So, and he's on there battling. He is battling.
See, he's got to give this up. He should just sell his wife out.
Be like, she complained to me. What am I going to do? It's my wife.
Kind of. If he does do that, if he did like, hey guys, look, she's having a hard time. I'm just whatever.
I'm just trying to, save face with my fucking
I just want to solve this guy's... I could solve this guy's problem in 5 minutes. Just put me in a room with them, 5 minutes. He'd come out and be like, he talked me through it. I figured out. I'm like, everything's fine, man.
The real problem is
cool
like
out.
he was the tweet that he followed up with where he was like, United has addressed the issue and they will be dealing with the problem. It's like, oh great, you got this woman fired for like doing her job and being like, yeah, like clean up your popcorn.
I bet.
I don't even think I think they just suggested perhaps she clean it up and they probably didn't even make her. And she was like, how dare they request that I pick up after my messy child?
These guys shouldn't have Twitter accounts. They shouldn't.
The ones that are smart stay off it, and then the other ones that are even more enlightened are really good with their Twitter accounts. They're funny. They're like, what's the word? Like human on it.
Yeah.
What's that say?
Or you have people talking shit.
Says so throwing garbage runs in the family, and it has
no, everyone's throwing his stats up there.
ERA of 7.3.
Yeah. No, he's been brutal, and they are really running him through the mud with the stats. I gotta tell you. Well. Speaking of wedding, I have some news stories that involve wedding proposals that I would like to get to. Speaking of bitch wives.
I thought you were about to say, I have some news. I'm getting married.
I wish.
You
recognize that one, yeah?
Yeah.
NBC. We're a big NBC family over
nightly
here.
News.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Brokaw. The Twin Towers in a... felt, I don't know, that's... And breaking news, both towers are down.
Fuck. Would that be something? That's how Walter Cronkite would have delivered. He's like...
The towers have come to a collapse. Today, in memory, a lot of dust, a lot of time. We know that the towers will never come back again. With American ingenuity, we'll see to it. Something... better comes in its place. I'm Walter Cronkite.
We'll build a taller single tower in its place in 20 years.
I'm Walter Cronkite. Kiss my ass.
Well, a Sydney man's TikTok marriage proposal features a horror kidnapping in Lebanon.
What?
That is the headline here. Do I have an article about this?
Oh, boy.
Or is it just the article on there?
That's just the article on here.
Because, do we have the video?
Yes, we do.
This headline's just TikTok marriage proposal is all you got. Oh, my God. This is going to be good, isn't it?
How my brother decided.
Oh, it's got the dumb voiceover too. How my brother does. They come up with these new voices every now.
Some
and
of
then.
them I do not like.
They are very off-putting.
Yeah.
I do not have TikTok, and I'm not saying that as like a statement or anything. It's just it's beyond me. I don't.
Right.
I don't need another thing to death scroll.
It's very
on.
addictive.
Yeah, and I don't want to succumb to it, so I don't have it. So I don't know how to make them. I don't know how to I don't have any of these videos with the voiceovers, but it's like the choices people make sometimes are very off-putting. Okay, let's watch.
It's almost as if they're not professionals.
No, sorry, Jocelyn. Jocelyn. Please. Oh, no. Jocelyn. No, please. No. Jocelyn.
You're kidding me.
Please, no, Jocelyn, Adam, someone, please.
Still filming.
It's not funny, man. Wait. I'm not going with them. I told them I'll give them whatever they want. We're all going. I'm not going. I'm coming. Let's go. Just wait, my ears. No, go fucking come with me. I got my ears. I got my ears. My back.
I mean, when does the proposal? Is he like, by the way, will you marry me?
Oh, wait. They bring her to a second location.
All right, just finish the leave.
I don't know what's going on here.
So she thinks she's being kidnapped and it's an elaborate ruse to propose to his woman? Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God.
She thinks she's going to be executed and then it's like...
This is not good.
I would be like, what the fuck, dude? It's all forgiven.
Dude, this guy needs help.
That's so fucked up.
Oof. This guy needs like a Make-A-Wish.
Now we talk. The reason I put this in there is because we had another wedding proposal last week on the show. Where did you see this? A man at Dodger Stadium leapt over the wall into the outfield and then got on one knee and proposed to it. And meanwhile, he got speared by like 4.
Oh, really?
And then he got arrested.
Yeah. Kind of ruined it. Kind of ruined the magic bit.
So which one do you think's more fucked up?
Definitely this one. This is just so... The poor woman is like... she's got like fucking fear sweat dripping everywhere right now.
She's crying. She's going to have PTSD every time everyone says, will you marry me?
First thing she sees when she takes the blindfold off is her husband.
Like, I'm the one who kidnapped you. She's like, wait a second. So am I kidnapped by you? Did you know it was me? You could have just asked me to come here.
Damn.
There was another proposal thing, because I think I manifested this. Last week I was making a joke like the only worst proposal could be at like Red Lobster. And I said that out loud and someone sent it to me. They go, guess what? And it's a picture of somebody proposing at Red Lobster with the ring in one of the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Oof. How'd you lose a tooth? Well... Oh, that's gross.
Do you have the picture of that anywhere?
That's real. That proposal is real. That just
Which
seems
one?
The kidnapping. It seems so crazy.
That woman. You said not all of them are professionals. I do not believe that woman is that great of an actress.
Yeah, that just seems like such a. How do you think it's a good idea, man? Men are dumb. Men are just so dumb.
That's the thing. Now you. Okay, there it is right there.
Men are just the dumbest shits in the world.
How did you do it?
I did it like a normal person. I had a ring, and we were in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
We're in Hawaii. We're by the beach, this beautiful private beach, and we're petting some horses, and I just, did it.
Hell yeah.
Nobody around. There wasn't any...
Did you have a photog?
No, of course not. That's the thing that kills me.
That's what we were talking about last week.
If you are proposing, there should not be a photographer.
Well, I said...
I'm sorry.
We had Sarah Weinshank in last week, and she said Hawaii. She said... So I, first of all... Now, when you went to Hawaii, was your wife at all suspecting maybe this is the time?
No, I fucking got her good.
Oh, yeah?
I got her good.
You're like, we had her arrested.
Yeah, had her arrested. She wasn't expecting to get any food, let alone a phone call. But then when I showed up as her lawyer, wow.
So how did you make it so she didn't expect it?
Because she just didn't know it. Because I didn't... drop any hints or anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Because we weren't like, I didn't, I'm a performer. I've sold it.
You really sold it where it's like, this is just a trip to Hawaii. no proposals
Right.
are
Well,
happening here.
it was a very fun trip to Hawaii, and I did kind of decide very, very last minute before the trip, so I didn't have like the ring I wanted. But doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Anything will do.
I'm just gathering data. I would like to perhaps do that someday. That would be
But the
nice.
photography, you don't have a picture of your proposal, that ruins it. It's like, I don't get that shit, man.
Well, we go from a wedding ring in a Cheddar Bay biscuit to a gun in a quesadilla. This sent in by Justin M., a Roach reporter out there. Police in Mississippi say an officer made a surprising discovery in a Taco Bell quesadilla during a traffic stop. Now, I've had a Taco Bell quesadilla or two. I don't know that
I've had a gun that I need to get rid of.
Well,
we're Johnny and Josh.
yeah. Let's combine our powers
together.
I've never been able to. I mean, they can barely get the chicken that they put into the quesadilla in there. How do they get a gun in there? Is my question. And there it is, right there. It doesn't look like you did a great job of hiding it.
That's a little gun too. What is it, like a 22?
Yeah, what a little bitch gun.
That's what you do. That's what you could kill somebody with in a restaurant and drop it and walk out. Tommy says, leave everybody alone. Drop the gun.
Zoot, zoot. Does it make one of those, like, quiet noises?
Oh, no, that's the kind
gun?
you don't give a shit with this little 22. Because you're just putting it in the brain. It's going to kill and bounce around. Because that's what you want. The 22 is going to bounce around.
Okay.
Because you don't want to kill anybody else. You don't want to over-penetrate. So I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You want that little NATO round to bounce around in there. That's a 223, I think. I don't know. That's all I know.
Officers stopped a vehicle for traffic violations around 12:38 p.m. Friday. That means it's at noontime in Picayune, Mississippi. Police say during the traffic stop, the passenger hid a handgun inside a folded quesadilla in a Taco Bell bag. During the search of the vehicle, officers allegedly found a distribution amount of methamphetamine, liquid heroin, and drug paraphernalia. The passenger, identified as Devin P. Mitchell, was taken into custody and charged with the following: possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute while in possession of a firearm, possession of a controlled substance, tampering with physical evidence, possession of a weapon by felon, possession of paraphernalia. Now, the driver, he was cited for disregard of a traffic device and released at the scene.
Disregard.
If you're that passenger and you got all that stuff and the driver runs a stop sign and gets pulled over and you're fucked, I got a bone to pick with that driver.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say you better hope he doesn't get another quesadilla with a gun in it when he gets out of prison.
What's that green thing?
That looks like probably what part of the paraphernalia.
Is that a makeup brush?
I have probably some, pipe for some scary drugs that I don't do.
What's liquid heroin, too? I never heard of that.
I don't know.
Is that a Taco Bell value menu thing?
Or is it just, when you put the powder heroin, you put it on the spoon and you fry it all up with the lighter?
Maybe
it becomes liquid and then they shoot it?
No, it's Taco Bell's what they're calling cheese now. Our new laced with our new liquid heroin.
It's laced with our new liquid heroin.
Liquid heroin.
Well, T-Bone sent in an email. He says, Papa Roach, this story takes place about 2 miles from my house at a local park. I hear from an acquaintance volunteering at the event that a kid actually hooked the body and reeled it in. So he's talking about you ever do those fishing events as a kid? What are they called? Fishing derbies?
No, I mean, I've gone fishing.
I used to do the derbies. They'd go, fishing derby, and then you'd go, a bunch of people would go, and whoever catches the biggest fish is like the winner, and you win like a prize or what have you. He says this guy was probably a part of the local homeless population or some good old gang violence. Let's hear what happened. At a volunteer at a children's fishing event Saturday morning at Sarg Hubbard Park reeled a dead body out of a reflection pond. More than 100 parents and children were fishing at the pond, and they were evacuated when Paul Johnson, it says here that a volunteer did it, T-Bone, not a kid, but maybe they were changing the story for the benefit of the audience. A volunteer at the Kids Fish Inn, an event hosted by the Yakima Greenway, pulled the body of an adult male ashore while helping children catch a fish. Yvette Nzuna, public information officer for the Yakima Police Department, said the body of an adult male was found around 10:20 in the morning on the northern end of the pond. The body had not been identified, nor the cause of death established. At around 12:40 p.m., the body was taken away by the Yakima County Coroner's Office. Imagine that. I hope he won the prize. It was probably the heaviest fish.
There's some big fish in that lake if they killed that man.
Whoa! I mean, geez Louise. I do know. I mean, I don't... where's this? In Mississippi, they don't have gators there,
Mississippi.
No, this is Yakima, Washington.
Oh, okay. Yakima, Washington.
Picayune, Mississippi.
Picayune was the last story with the gun quesadilla.
Same
my bad.
thing. Both kind of on the coast and not a lot of good stuff happening. Not a lot of good stuff happening except for, Seattle's nice, but outside of Seattle, Washington's a little scary.
A little scary.
A little like, hey, don't stop there.
It's a little Ruby Ridge.
Yeah.
If
a
you
little,
will. A little Waco-y. But
found a body. I would love to find a body just once,
that was always the thing as a kid. You'd go hiking in the woods. We all watched what the hell of that movie Stand By Me, and we're all like, let's go find a dead body. But I don't know that I really wanted. There was a girl in my high school that was obsessed with wanting to her. You go like, what's your fantasy or whatever? She's like, finding a dead body.
Wow.
Which is crazy, right? Like, and she was so hot that guys would like take her on dates, like hikes, and be like,
"Are you serious?" Yeah. I would buy her a golden retriever. Like, you got to walk this thing early in the morning. That's who always finds bodies, is dog walkers.
Girls
always.
with golden retrievers. I thought it was also like, just girls that jog a lot.
I think they've become the body that gets found by the retired guy with 3 golden retrievers who's out at like, might as well walk him at 6 a.m.
The nosy guy who just sees like a reflection in the leaves and is like, that's got to be something.
It looks like a foot.
Yeah, and then they go back and check it out.
Yeah.
Interesting, though. I mean, there was I went and did a show in Lakeland, Florida.
Ooh,
and,
that's Center Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Florida.
And while we were there, we were hanging outside the venue. I was with Tom, and they were saying how multiple homeless people died in the lake across the way because of gators.
That sounds like it might be true.
Well, I made me wonder. I was like, are they throwing hobos in the lake?
I don't think it's the gators doing it. I think it's people who are like, hey,
yeah, it's
this
the government.
hobo died. Let's
yeah.
Gator again.
Yeah, they're gonna make that gator the mayor because he's cleaning up the homeless problem. But yeah, no, it was an interesting tale. I go, well, are they gonna kill the gator? They're like, no, he's a hero. I mean, that's
oh my god,
that's
wild. A bad Florida joke.
Yeah,
Gators are always eating kids and stuff.
Yeah, they
and
really
dogs all the time.
Yeah, they love. I mean, they're prehistoric animals. It is crazy. And then we saw one walking around. We're like, is that the one? They're like, that's the one that big, dude.
Big fucking on the golf course?
Yeah. No, this is just like a little like lake or whatever off the highway.
I have never seen one. I mean, Tallahassee's not as swampy as down there. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen one. I've always
when I went
to
one, when we used to go to Disney World, we used to stay on like a golf course, and you'd see them every now and then too. And they'd have little signs up, careful of the gators and all that.
Don't let your toddler play by the water.
Yeah.
Or you're going to, not unless you want to get rid of your toddler.
Unless you want to get rid of your toddler.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap things up with a story from Luke Rutz. This involves a pizza delivery that led to a shootout because of the pizza delivery. Isn't that interesting?
Feels like
pizza. Pizza lovers?
Most shootouts are linked to pizza.
I mean, more and more that I hear about shootouts, I got to suspect that pizza is the culprit. And it is in Detroit. Where they have Detroit-style pizza.
Right.
A pizza delivered to the wrong Detroit house led to a shootout Thursday night. Sources say a pizza was ordered to a home on Penrod Road near Schoolcraft and the Southfield Freeway. However, the pizza was delivered to the wrong house, and the people who got the errant delivery ate the food. How dare they? Wouldn't you do that if someone showed up to your house with a pizza?
No.
You wouldn't eat it?
No, because I don't want this. If I want pizza, I want pizza. If I just get pizza...
Even if it's paid for? Because now you have to do it online. It's already prepaid.
This is what we were talking about before, about lifestyle changes. Yeah. You have to be bigger than a free pizza. Okay?
I am.
You got to like yourself enough to be like, oh, the pizza is paid for or not.
Can I say in all seriousness?
Own choice.
Can I say in all seriousness?
Yes.
I have always been against free pizza because in radio, they used to try and bribe you.
They do it everywhere. It's like, hey guys, we're going to move these 25 couches, but free pizza. Like,
and I'd be like, I don't want your free pizza.
Yeah.
I want to get paid a livable wage.
Exactly. But the pizza is a third of what it costs to pay everybody. So you get the pizza.
No, we're going to get free pizza. And some people really jump at the free pizza.
Yeah.
But this is a little different. This one comes to your house.
Those are what we call townies.
Simpletons.
I'm being
so
mean
when the
today.
people who ordered the pizza confronted the neighbors who ate their pizza, yelling turned to gunfire. Now, I can't imagine, again, on the inverse of this whole discussion, I can't imagine my pizza then getting eaten to the point where I go, I'm in a murderous rage and I'm going to use a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again, it's the same kind of mentality about the pizza.
I'll
just call the pizza place and be like, you delivered to the wrong place, give me my money back, or send another.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Then we all get pizza at the end of the day.
Then we all get pizza.
I think
Josh Potter story.
Yeah. As many as 30 rounds were fired during the fight, and 5 people, including 2 14-year-old boys, were shot. That's crazy.
No one killed, though?
One of the teens was shot in the abdomen, while the other was struck in the face. I don't know. That one probably led to a deceased.
Jesus Christ.
A 31-year-old man was shot in the face, neck, and leg. A 32-year-old man was shot in the leg, and an 18-year-old man was hit in the hand. All victims are listed as stable. How do you get shot in the face and be stable?
Happens all the time.
Really? Is
Because
it
the
just
bullets
like...
bounce off the bones.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's weird shit. We're like, people get shot in the face all the time and they don't die.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Their
if you get
face
shot
gets
like
fucked up pretty
directly,
Yeah.
you're going to die. But a lot of times, I think it's because if it misses like an artery,
it just ricochets off your face?
Yeah, that's why I say if you want to kill yourself, don't put your gun in your mouth because it might bounce off one of your teeth.
Oh,
and then you just
boy.
fuck up your jaw. Like, remember in Fight Club?
Yes.
That's what happened. Just bounce off his teeth. He wasn't
Keep
aiming
that
correctly.
noted, folks. If you're going to do it.
Yeah, it got to be like this. And even then, you got to have a steady hand. You don't want to like do this and graze it, and then you've got to...
Yeah, and then you got a hole in the side of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. We had parents showing up in tears, not knowing if their child was safe, said Quincy Smith. With the ceasefire Detroit, the community needs to understand this isn't normal. We shouldn't get used to hearing a 14-year-old is dead, a 14-year-old got killed, a 14-year-old... Well, no one got killed in this case.
I don't think anybody is thinking, oh, that was normal.
Also, is this just saying that this guy was such a bad shot that like people in nearby areas just caught strays?
Well, he was clearly very hungry, so he couldn't. He
was too weak to aim
was so
straight.
so hangry. I tell you what, those people who survive, they're never going to eat pizza again. That's for sure.
Well, they're not going to get delivery. That's for sure. Now, you sure this is my house? It's supposed to come. You're sure? I don't trust it, even though I ordered it 30 minutes ago.
You got to move.
Or less. Yeah, you got to move.
That's not a good neighborhood. Man,
That's not a good... I think that's speaking lightly.
people are just... Wow.
There's something, huh?
People suck.
That's what I want people to take away
Damn.
with every time they come in and do this program. People suck.
Everybody needs to cool out.
Chill out.
Chill out.
Chill out, my babies.
There's enough pizza for everybody.
Just get another pizza. Mm-hmm. How much could it cost, even with inflation?
You're playing professional sports. You're at the top of your game. Who cares if someone talks shit?
Who cares if the United flight attendant made your wife pick up a couple popcorns?
She's flying on United, not Southwest.
Yeah, it's first class. Have a
You're
little
choking.
bit of class. Are you all right over there?
But you're choking on free water. So everything's okay.
He's not going to sue the water.
I always choke on water.
You just pull out a .22 and shoot it like Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
Man, that thing was so... It's like... I just wish I could insulate myself from seeing stuff like that.
What, the Kid Rock one?
Yeah, because you're just like, this is the dumbest thing I've
Oh, yeah.
ever
It's
seen.
like, how sad are you about it? You got to
Oh.
shoot a bunch of them? How about you
Who
just don't drink it?
gives
If
a
you, yeah.
shit?
They could have Pol Pot on the cans of Bud Light, and I'll drink 1,000 of them still,
Pol
I'll tell you.
Pot. Pol Pot just got his first shout out in a long time.
Well, Johnny,
Yes.
tell the folks where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me online, baby. Just Google.
Google it.
I got a bunch of shows coming up. I'm doing a run at the LA Fringe Festival of 5 shows in June of my show Minnesota Reggae Colostomy Bag.
Hell
It's
yeah.
the only show like it come out. I'm also doing a show in May 19th at the Lyric. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm doing for the summer stuff, but yeah, man.
Hell yeah, dog. And of course, pleased to be continuing to like, subscribe, rate, review, all of those things. I appreciate it a great deal. joshpottershow@gmail.com is where you can send in your articles and your musical numbers. Also, do come on out on 420 to Burbank, the Nightcap, and also on the 22nd of April. This coming up here this week, we're going to be at The Well in Bakersfield, California. I hope all the roaches scurry out from under the floorboards and join us for a wonderful time. And you can get all that up on my Instagram at Josh_Potter or on Twitter at J_Potter, right in the old bio there. Click the links. Thank you so much, Mr. Pemberton. I love you.
Johnny _Pemberton on Instagram, just so you know.
Ooh.
I would tell you because I'm also _ so.
Yeah, we're _ crew over here, baby.
Check me out, baby.
Well, thank you again, and we'll see you next time right here on The Josh Potter Show.